Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm currently going through the process of reviewing this new job board that I found out about, JobHire.AI. Yesterday, I opened it, took my first look at it, signed up with the promo code they gave me to use it for 30 days for free, and I am going to just share the full journey with everyone about what's going on. Last night I was up pretty late and I saw some emails that started trickling in around like 2 a.m. saying thank you for applying. So I was like, oh, what's that? I don't remember applying to that. So it sounds like, JobHire.AI starting to do its job. And today I looked at the emails, but I haven't looked at the actual site. So today I'm actually going to take a look at the website with everyone here. Again, this is live. There's nothing that I'm hiding from anyone. I'm just giving you the honest, true reaction that I have to this new platform. Now, before I get into it, one idea that I had was looking at how much time versus money that this is saving me. And I'll talk a little bit about how I'll calculate that moving forward. First, I'm going to dive into the platform. We're going to take a look at that. And then I'll make a separate video around if this is worth it from a financial perspective, in a time perspective, and kind of doing the numbers. Because in my opinion, if you're not having any income and you are unemployed or laid off currently, spending money when you're not making money doesn't really make sense. But if we can make the math, then I think that this could be a good opportunity. Okay, so let me refresh this page. Here's my account. That's probably going to log me out. Oh, it did not. Okay, dashboard, looking at this, searching for senior program manager job applications. Search type is instantly apply without approval, which is that's why I'm getting those emails. We are seeing that completed applications. So we had 78, 60 plus of them are done today. If I click this over here, you can actually view all of the applications that you applied to. Now, this isn't bad. I do like this. However, I wish there was a way that you could filter up here. I would love to see like filter by things that are where there's not a lot of applicants. I would love to filter specifically by the actual company name, because then I could see how many times I applied to a specific company. I would love to see the remote versus a specific area to see like where I'm applying to. And as this list continues to grow, I would love to see the date that I could filter by. Now, when you're on here and you've applied, or it's applied to a position for you, Senior Creative Program Manager, Curology. So it then will give you an overview. It's giving you a percentage match of where you fall. 60% seems really low in my opinion, but we can dive into that a little bit more. Now this is weird. So occasional travel requirement to the office or offsite 1 to 2 times per quarter. Okay, that's not as much as I thought. I thought it was per week, and I was like, that's definitely not what I signed up for. I also wish I could filter by match percentage, so I could see like the highest match percentage first. All of those things would help me do more of a job search on the back end. So like once this is applied for the job, I could actually go and like find someone who works at the company, and I could ask for, a conversation to hear about the company culture or any tips or tricks when I'm going through the interview process. If we look at the more details, so I like this, why it fits. I got 40 points for initial assessment, confirms that the resume aligns with the various job requirements, making it a good match for further evaluation. 15 points, candidate has extensive experience managing large-scale projects and cross-functional teams, aligning well with the job's project management requirements. Now, this is going to be important. So the way you write your resume is really going to determine how applicable you are for the role. So just make sure you're writing a really good resume. Candidate displays a strong proficiency with tools similar to those listed: Asana, Notion. Experience in environment coordination adds 10% plus 10% match. So I think that these aren't points, these are percentages. Candidate's past salary indicates alignment with the offered ranges, and then candidate is open to remote positions, which is great. Why it doesn't fit: so I lack experience in managing creative projects as detailed in the job description, and then the candidate has experience primarily in tech-oriented industries. Not bad. Let's see what that I'm 100% for and see why I'm 100%. All right, so Senior Human Resource Manager. I think that's insane that I would be 100% a match for this, because I've literally never worked in HR in my life. Initial assessment, strong project management skills, extensive HR program management. No, that's like, this is incorrect right here. Candidate previously expected salary. Candidate is located in a remote and then experience in HR and employee engagement activities. They might have read my resume incorrectly because I think I have some DEI stuff or DE and I stuff on there, and that could correlate to HR. But I've done onboarding stuff, but I've never done anything related to HR. So to me, I don't believe that that's a good fit. This 100% seems odd. Same thing with IT acquisition specialist. I can see kind of how it would fit, but I don't know. Program Manager 3, let's see what this is. Wearables or consumer like I don't have this top 3 skills. I've never worked in wearables or consumer electronics industry. So this was one of my fears about this when I'm using this site is that it's probably going to apply to a mass amount of jobs that I genuinely am not interested in, and I have no real like applicable transferable skills, or I don't actually have the experience. So I wonder if when you're on here you can like you I don't see an option from this screen in order to remove your or withdraw your application. Applications in queue. So let's see what this is. Okay, applications in queue, waiting in queue. I'm assuming that this is you can adjust the jobs we apply to on your behalf and update your search settings after previewing jobs moved to your queue and then submitted applications. While in the queue section, applications are prepared to be submitted. So this is essentially where they're preparing to apply for the job. So you could look here. Still doesn't really give you an option to like remove or withdraw and be like, hey, I don't actually want to apply to this. You can change your current mode, apply instantly without approval. So I can change this to, you know, open to almost everything would be wild. Looking for a good fit, 55+% match. I don't know. Good fit to me isn't 55%, but only top matches. This would be really great, but I don't know how much that would filter out because I don't have a filter where I can see how many of those jobs are. I like this. I probably in the future will switch this to apply only with my approval. I don't know. I go back and forth because applying only with my approval means you're waiting for me and I actually have to do something to intervene. I like applying instantly without approval. I just wish. Let me see if I can move a few things around. So go back to my dashboard, change my search setting. No, I can't. Okay. I want to change, let's see, search settings. It's still just bringing me back to the same thing. I want to change what I'm searching for. If anyone knows how to do this. I know I'm teaching you, but I don't actually know how to do this. Can I go? If I keep hitting search settings, it's bringing me back to this page. In this, okay, JobHire.AI, if you guys are listening or watching this ever, can you create a spot here where I can update the like actual position I'm looking to apply to? Because I want to update this for not just senior program manager jobs. I also want to do program manager jobs. I want to add multiple titles to what I'm looking for. This is wild. I'll review this in a second. Let's see if in my account info, you guys can see my information, education. Oh, right here. So where did I put senior program manager? Anyone here? It did not. All right, it's not going to be there. I really think it should just be right here on the search settings, but I don't see an option for that. So go back to my dashboard. Let's look at my inbox real quick. So I have 71. These are the emails that are forwarded to your main email, but may end up in spam. And if I'm going to look at my spam really quickly and not share my personal email account, I do have a lot of emails in my spam that are showing that I've applied for these jobs. And just so everyone knows, let me show you. So I get a lot of, this is what kind of comes in. Thank you for your interest in OpenGov and our onboarding program manager role. We're on a mission to power more effective and accountable government. So this is just like those generic emails you get. I got a lot of them that actually made it to my inbox. 3 are requesting additional information. So you can actually click here and then it's asking you to do more. So please click here to create a password for your account. Personally, I'm not going to do that because that feels like extra time and I don't want to. Oops, I didn't mean to copy the email. I want to see here. This one made it into my actual email box. So I can go in here and respond to that from my Gmail. And then this one made it to my Gmail as well. Probably not going to do those though. Application acknowledgement. This is that. It doesn't tell me what this means, but I'm assuming that this means they've acknowledged that they've received my application. Yeah, so like they sent me an email back just saying a generic thing like, hey, we've received your application. And then here, so is it just using Glassdoor? I guess I'm kind of confused about that. Greenhouse, Glassdoor apply. It looks like it's partnering with Glassdoor quite a lot. I wonder where else it finds jobs. So far, it's not bad. Looks like Indeed.com or Glassdoor and Indeed are like the same thing, so makes sense. So far, I don't think it's a terrible thing. What I will say is what I think should be done is that essentially there should be more filtering. I would love to see more filtering options if that was possible so that I could get an understanding of the jobs that I've actually applied to and kind of start breaking them down into the percentages that I'm a fit for, when I applied for them, and then also looking into some details as well as like how many other people have applied for them so I can filter kind of based off of that. I would love a way to change my settings of what I'm searching for. I would love to be able to add in more titles, but not from the start. I want to be able to do it from that settings menu. I would really like that. And I think if there was a chat feature, which I haven't seen yet, but in my inbox, I would love like a chat feature with, a recruiter or a hiring manager for one of these companies. That would be super helpful. A lot of this is going to my spam, so I'm glad that they have the inbox option, but like a chat option would be also really awesome, really cool. So in the next video, I'm going to actually break down the time versus cost and if you're actually saving time and actually saving money and what this would mean for you. I'll continue to make videos every day, giving everyone updates on where this is. It's Sunday today, so I don't expect to have any calls or text. I will say I actually did get a call from a recruiter, the same one who emailed me. I don't know how legitimate this is, but that's the other thing. I have no idea if these companies or these postings are verified, but more to come in the future. I'm going to stop this here for now. Again, please like, subscribe. You can use my code down below in the description. I'll also put the code right here if you want to sign up for JobHire.AI today, and you can save 30% throughout the month of August 2025. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and I will be back soon.